In this video, we are going to understand the location of the cochlea inside the skull. So as we know that the skull is made up of 22 bones. Approximately 8 of them are cranial bones and 14 of them are facial bones. So out of these cranial bones, the bone which is most important and is needed to appreciate out the location of the cochlea is the temporal bone. This particular portion would be the temporal bone, and the 4 parts of the temporal bone include the squamous part, the petrous part, the tympanic part, and the mastoid part. To appreciate out where the cochlea is, we need to know the details about the petrous part and where it is. So we open up the skull. Okay, it opens up, and as it is tilted down, we can see the petrous part of the temporal bone is pasted with a yellow clay. This section is the frontal bone, and this section is the occipital bone. Separates the middle from the posterior cranial fossa. This section houses the middle ear and the inner ear, and it gives way to the internal auditory meatus, which is in orange. This internal auditory meatus is the place from which the 8th cranial nerve comes out. The cochlea of the human beings is the extension of the vestibular system. Let's say the vestibular system, which consists of the vestibule and 3 semicircular canals. Canal number 1, x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Canal number 2. Okay, so up. So one more is left out to this side. Canal number 3. So we have 3 canals, vestibular system, the vestibuli and the semicircular canals. Attached to these is the cochlea. This cochlea is actually a 35 millimeter long tube, that is 3.5 centimeter, exactly 3.5. So this is the actual length of the cochlea, and it gets attached to the vestibular system like this. It coils up like a cone and it coils up like a cone and finally takes up a shape like this. This particular cone is 5 millimeter in height, and the base of it is 9 millimeter. This entire coil structure gets its inputs of sound from the stapes, which sits upon the oval window here, and we have a round window just below it which acts as a ventilation. So this is how the inner ear looks like. It has a snail-like cochlea, it has the vestibuli in yellow, it has 3 semicircular canals, and it has the stapes over the oval window which transmits in vibrations. This cochlea is placed somewhere here in the petrous part of the temporal bone. So let's say somewhere here, and from here comes out, from the internal auditory meatus comes out the 8th cranial nerve. So the 8th cranial nerve comes out from the internal auditory meatus, and we have the cochlea placed out here. So to summarize out, we have the temporal bone. The temporal bone has four major parts. One of the parts is the petrous part of the temporal bone. This petrous part of the temporal bone houses in the middle ear and the inner ear. The inner ear has a cochlea and the vestibular system. And from the inner ear comes out the 8th cranial nerve or the auditory vestibular nerve to the internal auditory meatus. And that's the location. Hope you understood the location of the cochlea inside the skull. Thank you.